Oh yeah, we're going. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
We're doing a proper intro
Okay.
and all, yeah?
Yeah, we were coming
Let's
up
do
with
a proper intro.
Go for it.
Okay, welcome to Talk Tennis. I'm joining everyone today from London, a couple of miles from Wimbledon. Thanks for joining me, you guys, in the studio in California.
Yes, are you very close to SW19?
SW18? 19.
What's that?
Wimbledon is SW19.
Yeah.
That's the
So I
area
walked
code
through
for
SW18. Okay.
yeah, the tournament. Yeah.
You've been to the
Area
grounds and
code.
everything, right? You've like walked around the grounds and seen some stuff.
I didn't go inside the grounds yet. That will be tomorrow.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm very excited.
But
I
you've
have no
done
idea
it
what
before,
time it
right?
is or what day it is. So fun fact: the only time I've been to Wimbledon before, I think we're celebrating 15 years. It was the year of the Mahut Isner match.
Oh.
I left the States when it started, and by the time I landed in Europe, because I think I went to Germany first. It still wasn't finished, but
That was what,
It was crazy.
2010?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah, I think they were saying it's been 15 years.
Yeah.
That was a
It
crazy
makes me
match.
feel
Isner
old.
was so out of it because he won that match, right? Because in his next match, this is the only match Isner has never served an ace at. Entire match. His next match, he could not serve an ace because he was that tired.
The Nothing Major guys will probably talk about it too now that they've got their pod.
Oh yeah, they definitely have to. They definitely have to address it.
But yeah, let's do a little bit of a Wimbledon excitement episode. The full draw's not out. I know the seeds got released today though, and we've looked at some of the qualies. So first of all, you guys have been more on it than I have the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything trending? Anything that we need to know about? Anything that we should be talking about? Any gear switches that are a big deal?
I was gonna mention, did Krejcikova get injured or something? She's the defending
She
champion.
withdrew from her match in Eastbourne, citing a
Thigh?
thigh soreness, which it's the week before Wimbledon. That feels like precautionary to me.
And she always, in the past for a long time, has had a big wrap around her upper leg. So maybe it's preventative. I don't know. But another player that pulled out of her match was Ostapenko.
Yeah, that one looked a little more serious. She came down off of a serve, hit one ground stroke, and then
Playing Ela?
Yeah, Yala, and then she was just more or less limping off the service line. So
Oy.
And then on the men's side, Casper Ruud and Arthur Fils have both withdrawn from the tournament or not playing.
Peace, I think, pulled out a while ago, no? He's definitely injured, and then
Casper.
what happened to Ruud?
I mean, he's never played well at Wimbledon, but it's easily his worst slam.
Yeah,
Something injury related?
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. And then Djoko and Alcaraz were practicing yesterday.
So
on
was
Then I
Saturday?
saw-
Djoko and Sabalenka
yeah.
hitting
And then
for cans.
Sinner.
Sabalenka also a Sinner, yeah. And
Yeah,
then Sinner lit a match with a serve.
that was
Seven.
sick. Did you guys see that?
I thought that was AI.
No,
No,
they
I
had
don't think
behind the
so.
scenes and everything.
Was it lit?
It was
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
lit.
So did you know did you see it?
I saw it, but I thought it was
I thought it was fake too, but then they do the BTS stuff and all that. You could do it.
I don't know. He seemed really hyped when they got it. They're like, "That's the one. That's the one."
Yeah, it looks sick. You know who's been doing fairly well? It's Fritz.
Okay.
Yeah, beat Fonseca.
Yeah, no, what is it?
well, he was back and then he
Well,
lost.
Yeah, I just laugh because all of us in this group are also fans of Nothing Major, so most of us listen to their podcast pretty religiously. And they even called him out. They're like, you can't just win a 250 tournament and say I'm back,
and then
lose. So
lose to Mutet.
Yeah, but I mean, I did want to hear we could go around and have who do we think is gonna win, and maybe a dark horse pick. And then I was gonna give a weather update because we always hear how it can be
Gloomy.
cold and
Yeah.
rainy
Yeah.
at Wimbledon. It's not cold. It's humid, definitely rainy, 88% humidity, but it's also really windy today. So I'm curious. And then it's supposed to be hot. It's supposed to be 90 91 on
Oh,
Monday.
that's, yeah.
Ooh.
British humidity?
That's-
That sounds horrible.
That's not, yeah,
It's not
I
that
don't know. I
humid,
feel
actually.
like grass players don't love that combo. Usually, I don't know, but maybe I'm so wrong. I
Who
don't
does
know.
the heat benefit? Novak? Carlos?
Yeah.
So the hot, humid air would slow down
Slow
the
it
ball
down,
a
yeah.
little bit, at least in
Yeah.
flight, right?
Yeah.
But if it's wet, then the grass will be a little more slicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the air,
Ooh.
usually, the air quality, if it's humid, at least it slows down the ball. But then the heat, a dry heat, will speed it up. So I don't know. That'd be kind
So
of weird.
maybe lower bounce but slower speeds.
Well, if it's hot during the first week when the grass is it's freshest, it's most slick, right? I feel like second week it's going to be really dried out.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like I remember like 2008, 2010, those Rafa titles, and like you look at the
Yeah.
baseline and it's just shredded.
Yeah.
It's just gone by the finals.
Yeah, I don't like how ran through the court looks at the end of the tournament when it's the final week. But then what do you expect, right? It's the final. Everybody's been playing on the center court and all that.
But you're like
Yeah.
hoping like they would save a court.
Yeah, I don't know how
for,
they, yeah.
like, the
I don't
last
know
two
what you can
rounds.
do. But I want
Nobody
the court
plays
to
on
look
center
nice.
court.
It's
Yeah.
the bloody finals.
Because like I always talk about like watching it on TV, like
Yeah.
the first couple days, the first week when you watch Wimbledon on TV, like in like 4K, like
Yeah.
it just there's no other like the sound of the ball inside there, and then the just the pop of the ball on that green
And the
court.
textures,
It's just it's really cool to watch on TV. Whereas like Roland Garros, you can hardly, even when the courts are fresh, you can't really see the ball. It doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least on TV, in person, it would probably be a lot
Yeah.
better.
Also, some of these like 250, not 250, the challenger courts look so much more nicer than the 250 courts, like the Harlan, the Stuttgart, like these challenger courts that the who was playing. Somebody was playing.
Wait, what do you mean, a challenger grass tournament?
Yeah,
Oh, there's mostly only like 250s and stuff.
there was one challenge
I'm
that
gonna
was
say
on.
Stuttgart's a really nice tournament.
Yeah, and I did see last night on YouTube. I was watching like a highlight of an exhibition, I think it was, of Tiafoe and Eubanks, and they were playing in like Hilton Head or something like that,
Hilton Head? What's that?
South Carolina.
South
Oh.
Carolina.
Something like that. It was like an exo. It was like an exo on grass. But the court was like,
in US. Okay.
I don't know.
That's
Maybe
cool.
I'm wrong, but I forget the name of it. You can look it up. But
Yeah.
it the court was like perfect.
Oh wow! I'm just saying, the most prestigious tennis tournament in the world. The court looks like it's gonna die soon. It's like, come on, come on.
Okay, Michelle. Who is your pick for women's, and who is your dark horse?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I feel like Sabalenka's coming in hot and with a vengeance. So
Yeah. Yeah.
She's my pick.
Just lost 2 slam finals.
Yeah, and after losing that French, I don't think anything can stop her. Dark horse, I don't know. I kind of wish we had the draw, but it's not out until tomorrow. I'm gonna come back on that. You guys go ahead and let me think.
But there's always like a couple different players, at least men's and women's, like especially in the past. But even still, like they're not grass court specialists per se, but they have a style. Just like the lady that won the tournament a couple weeks ago or the week before last, Tatiana Maria.
Yeah.
Like because of her slice, her craftiness on the grass, it works really well.
Did Taylor Thompson get through qualifying? I always like to use
She won her first round. I don't know about her second round.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you never know. She's
Yeah.
launching her own apparel.
But she
Oh.
does really well with the slice, her leftiness, the serve. She has great hands if she comes forward. Another lefty she won it before, Vondrousova.
She's been really in form.
Kvitova. Yeah, that
Maybe Kvitova makes her last one more
Little fairy tale run.
round.
It's it's always so up in the air with the WTA side. There was this one tweet I saw, ATP men's side to most likely win, the top 3, Djokovic, Alcaraz, and Sinner. Women's side, anyone in the top 30 could win the whole
No,
thing.
come on.
So there was this one tweet. I'm not saying that.
But
it was-
stylistically-
The French it was 1 and 2. Yeah.
But stylistically, like that hard, flat hitter that can throw in the slice. I mean, Michelle, you've been hitting your slice a lot lately because of playing paddle.
Yeah.
and you hit hard and flat, I think maybe we can get you in as a wild card last minute.
Maybe on the Legends tour.
You could win a round, maybe. It could happen.
Dude.
Hard and flat. I think your game would be great on grass.
Some mixed
It
doubles
would
going,
be.
wild card.
But
I
flat.
think we get to play tomorrow on grass. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Film
I
it, film it,
know.
Film it, yeah.
Okay. We'll do our best. Yeah. I'm
But,
excited. And actually, yeah, sorry.
No.
Yeah, what's your dark horse and your thing, Troy?
My dark horse and my thing.
So, yeah, your dark horse and your winner.
Oh, like who do I think is gonna win?
Yeah.
That's tough. It could be anybody in the top 30, right?
Men's
No,
side?
it's just because but it could, like you would think like Sabalenka. I don't know, Coco. She's had pretty good results before, but like she also the stylistic thing, maybe not. But then you've had players like Vondrousova, like the Krejcikovas, like the Donna Vekic's. I mean, I'm really
Have seen success at the grass court tournament.
in my heart, I'd like to see Ons do good again, but she just hasn't had great results lately. Like,
Yeah.
But like her style, right? She's made the final twice. She has the slice. She can hit flat. But yeah, it's hard to bet against someone like Sabalenka. Who else is at the top? Coco. Iga. I don't know. Iga. I mean, yeah. If I could go with just Pagula.
I was gonna say Jess, yeah.
Her game
What
actually.
about Madison?
I'd love to see her have a run.
Yeah.
And she does hit. She hits hard. She can flatten out the ball. The only thing with her is her longer strokes.
Yep.
Her longer kind of takebacks. That kind of sometimes can be tough.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the weather. Maybe with the humidity, it might be a little slower for her.
You know?
Also, I know it was a big question on YouTube, and I haven't had a chance to get back on there since I got here. But do you know her tension? Yeah,
I think it's like
everyone was asking.
mid to upper 50s, but I'm not 100%.
You know, Emma's been doing really well. I know Emma's been on everybody's feed and everything for a lot of things. But Raducanu's been doing fairly well. She's been playing well. She's got a few decent wins and all that. She's going to have the home crowd.
British.
Yeah, she's going to have the home crowd.
Yeah, I think it's because she's happy in her heart.
Yeah, she's like generally having a good time on court again. And I mean...
No, I mean off court.
Yeah. Why?
Emma? Raducanu?
Yeah.
Raducanu. She's happy in her heart. She's found some like...
Yeah, no. She's been doing well, and she's like finally back, like playing well with no injuries and all that.
We're gonna avoid the fact that like her and Alcaraz a thing.
They're not a thing. Why?
I don't know. I thought that she was kind of every time she's around him, she's very bubbly and smiley.
They're not around each other all the time, though.
Okay, I thought it was her outside the court life was very, being fulfilled right now. So I just thought maybe that would translate to.
No, but she's had like her rankings had dropped and all that when she was injured and all that. She's been making her way back fairly well. And again, like I said, home crowd. And is Katie Bolter also in the main draw, or she's having to go through the?
She's like top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. Sorry.
What about her home life?
Yeah. Again,
she's definitely happy.
She's definitely happy, and she's again home crowd and all that.
But the home crowd is the home crowd a good thing for someone like Emma? Look at, how it was a detriment to someone like Sam Stosur. She hated playing. Yeah. You don't know who Sam Stosur is? Can you leave the podcast room?
Get out.
Get out of here, dude. Sam Stosur, Grand Slam champion.
Okay.
ASICS sponsored.
All right, whatever, dude. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. Some people don't always love playing in front of their home crowd. It's too much pressure. Mm-hmm. But there's some people that get up for it. James Blake, Andy Roddick. Some people are just, let's go.
Even Murray talked about having to cope.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, I've heard, yeah.
Which is, I think, what also made his eventual triumph so huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the British media and the tabloids are rough.
Yeah, that's a true fact. And like, I was going to say, in between doing the men's and the women's picks, I was going to like blast I'll be like an advocate for the tourism of London and Wimbledon. This is like such a cool, I was thinking about it on the trip over. It's such a cool major for like Americans to come to, but like also the country is so into sports here. So like when Wimbledon's happening, I feel like everyone's just talking about tennis. All those shops have like tennis like in their windows. Everything's like very hyper focused on tennis. It can take a minute and like stop talking about football and soccer. It's cool, like even just walking around, everyone's talking about like not even local sports, but like
That's
football is
cool.
so big
That's
here.
cool.
And like tennis, I feel like it's like really ingrained in the culture. So
Yeah.
I feel like, but I was thinking of more reasons. If you're listening and you've never been to a Grand Slam, why Wimbledon is actually like probably the easiest one for an American, because the travel is actually not that bad compared to like Australia. Australia's forever away. And then they speak English here, so it's like super easy. You can still navigate. You can ask people questions.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like Chris
Also,
says, it's
like,
just across the pond.
Yeah. The kids are out of school, so bring the kiddos. It's like a super like kid family friendly town. I just think, yeah. Plus it's freaking Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Don't say Wimbledon. Wait. Someone said it the other day with a T instead of a D.
Wimbledon?
Make sure. Wimbledon. Wimbledon.
What's the proper one?
Anyways. Yeah, how do you properly say it? Maybe I'll come back with a British accent. I haven't
Wemby.
seen Chris yet
Well,
either.
ooh,
So.
Wemby.
Wimby.
know.
In America,
Wimby.
Wimby means basketball player, but
Oh, really?
no, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Wimby on it.
Oh.
So who are you gonna wait? Did you announce your pick, Manish, for women?
Oh,
Raducanu is your dark horse.
yeah.
Okay. And then do you have a favorite?
Not really. I just like to follow it. Yeah, but I think Emma should do well again. And again, I like to root for the home crowd and then anybody from the country itself. So I think anybody from
You're rooting for the
England.
British.
Yeah. So I think they have a good like chance to go. But then again, the Wimbledon crowd is not like the Aussie crowds. They're not like the US crowds where they're like, let's go, and like getting behind the player so much. They're all like,
Very proper.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, if they drink enough Tims.
Yeah.
they can
Right?
get around.
but like for Andy Murray, like we were talking about the home crowd are like representing the UK. It was more so like the tabloids. They're like really rough in like the British media on their their front runners if they're not putting up titles, But yeah,
Do you guys
I hope they
keep
do
up?
well.
Like, do you guys read any of like the BBC articles and all that? It feels like, and a lot of people have addressed it. It feels like these guys are scrambling to find the next Murray, and so the Draper effect has taken in, and a lot of the hype that Draper's been getting. And I don't know what it is with the British media. It's like American media like really likes to like build up their players, like they really hype it up and all that. I don't know why British players, reporters are all very like, oh, is this guy gonna be able to do it? We don't know. Very like doubtful and very like, it's like not nice. I don't like the way they talk about their own people. It's very, I don't
I
know.
mean, aren't the Brits kind of sarcastic anyways?
Yeah,
with the people
yeah.
in general.
Yeah, but I guess you could say that about the like sports media in general, because even like American tennis, like they were dogging them for a long time just because there wasn't a Agassi Sampras.
Right, you read ESPN, they're talking about how no American man has made a final since 2006 until Fritz last year. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a
there
trendy
haven't been a
dispute.
ton of Brits.
Alcaraz, I mean, I think you said it in the Nothing Major. They talked about it as well. But the man wins French, goes parties essentially in Ibiza, comes back and wins a grass tournament. Is this something to say about his capabilities as a player to transition well from the two national courts and all that, or is it that the courts are so more similar now than it ever was? Because of like the slower and all that, so it's easier to transition as a player. What do you guys think? Because I've heard both sides of this. I've heard both arguments.
The only thing with the court argument is I don't think it's right now. Just like this year, I feel like the court speeds and stuff have been pretty like the
Mixed in.
same for a while.
Yeah.
They talked about it on a show last night or something I was watching ever since Goran Ivanisevic won in 2001. That's when they made the decision to really slow down the grass because they didn't want serve bots just winning or whatever. But yeah, I think my opinion is, I think Alcaraz is good on every surface, and his style, like he's got some of that, defensive movement. He can hit from the corners like a Rafa would, but then he's very attacking, and he was serving amazing on the grass, like 130 miles an hour, and then huge attacking. He can flatten out the forehand like a Fed would, you know. He's got so much variety and different things in his game. But,
Yeah, and also something that's not talked about as much. His net game is just phenomenal. And you,
yeah. I mean,
his
grass
net
is
game
his
is great.
best surface. Like, it's not even really close. And obviously, like, the sample size is smaller. But, like, I mean, he's just been, like, wiping the floor. And I do think that, like, making the transition is always going to be tough. But in terms of, like, somebody who's going to figure it out, he's shown that he can do that. And, like you said, his style is perfectly suited for the surface. Especially when he's serving like that. That's what he's supposed to do.
He has been serving well.
What about a dark horse pick? What about Bublik?
Bublik.
How is his success
He did it, guys.
going to translate? I love this guy. I'm loving him.
Yeah.
I hope he does really well, but then like I could also see him losing first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be seeded, which is, I think, both an advantage and a disadvantage to him. So it's good in the sense that he won't have to face a seed the first round. But at the same time, he could come up against like a Sinner or an Alcaraz as early as like round 3. So that is essentially worst case scenario for Sinner and Alcaraz, especially when the grass is a little bit slicker. It's going to favor Bublik's serve a little bit more. If he can serve like he was serving in Halle, it's going to be really tough to contend with.
Yeah, Sinner was having a very hard time taking on his serve. And that's Sinner we're talking about. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so I think it'll just be fun to watch overall. But a dark horse pick.
Tell Fritz.
you should get a dark horse. He's literally like top 5, and he's really good. He's not just been good on grass this year. He's been good on grass for like years.
Half his titles are on grass.
Really? Oh, wow. Eastbourne? Yeah, mostly Eastbourne.
I think Chris will have a deep run, of course. I think Musetti.
Oh, yeah.
I think his game.
Okay.
He's a little bit more willing to do some improv, figure things out on the fly. I think the grass rewards that.
How about Jiri Lehechka? He took Carlos to 3, man. That was a tight match.
Yeah.
He's just kind of.
I can't tell with him in slams yet. I figure like he's gonna put up some good results, but Grand Slam tennis is just different.
Yeah.
And like you see guys like Ramos Vinolas coming out of nowhere. He's like 3rd round, 4th round,
especially in clay. Yeah, like that kind of guy. A Spaniard with 2 last names. Forget about it.
That's trouble.
Daniil Galan, and I'm like, why are you in the 3rd round? It's just different. He seems like he's a little bit better suited to the best 2 out of 3 format, which I would also say is true of like Alex de Minaur. I hope that he can redeem himself a little bit after last year, because
I'm curious to see what happened.
Getting injured on match point, like that's like the most heartbreaking
thing. He's not had a great, he had such a good first quarter, and he's not having a good second quarter.
Yeah. The draws come out tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow.
How about this question? How many rounds does your boy Impechi Pericard get this year?
Gotta be draw dependent. If he plays a decent...
But just right now, like without seeing the draw, if you just had to pick.
3rd round.
3rd round?
Maybe 1. Oh,
what do you think, Michelle?
No, I agree with Michelle. He's not going to make it past 2nd round.
Okay.
Hey, but what about his sister?
Yeah?
Qualies?
I don't know. I know she did well at the French. Or she qualified for the French. She's still quite young, so she should either be in qualies or juniors or both.
Yeah.
Her return game will probably be better than his. The 2-hander.
I think Pericard, with his big hitting and all that, of course his serve, can do well. It's just I genuinely think he's been figured out at this point. In terms
already
of
he's done for his career.
No, but like his
more.
He came in and everybody was having a hard time turning serve and all that, and breaking his serve and all that. But now he's struggling, yes, but like people are being able to return his serve, and people are able to make plays on his serve and all that. And a big serve can only take you so far, I guess. I feel like in the ATP.
It's like when a pitcher gets figured out.
Yeah.
Like they're just not making the adjustment. They're beating you in certain spots. So it'll hopefully be easier for him to make the adjustment.
He needs to learn from like a John Isner and just kind of develop more of his game and keep making sure that serve is winning.
And then I got a question about the young Canadian Diallo. He's been playing pretty good lately. I've been seeing his name pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got some cool hair.
I think he's got a really high ceiling. Watching him play U.S. Open main draw last year, I was like, who is this kid? Like right when he was kind of breaking out.
Yeah.
So explosive, so composed.
Decently tall?
Pretty tall.
Yeah.
Big game.
Big game.
But he moves really well for his height. I don't know about on the grass. It's like one of those things where I think like experience or like, again, like the playing style, if it adapts really well. But he's been making waves.
What about one of the most overhyped tennis players to come out this year, Joao Fonseca?
What are you talking about overhyped? He's at a career high ranking. He won a title. He has a top 10 win on his main slam.
He lost to Fritz.
A top 5 grass player in the world?
I heard he knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too to jack you up.
Oh, please. Overhyped. Figure it out.
Overhyped. What are you talking about?
And he's still how old? 18,
He's the
19?
youngest player in the top 200.
No, he's legit.
Oh, yeah, overhyped.
He's legit. Man.
Please. We'll see. Doesn't
Maybe
make it
Sam
past
Querrey's
round 2.
favorite player.
He's his favorite player?
Sam Querrey's.
See?
Yeah, these guys love. Nothing Major loves Fonseca.
No,
These
there's
guys-
Roddick. Was Roddick the one that said that he maybe was overhyped at one point, like a couple months ago or something? Is it? Or he asked the question.
He was talking about it on his podcast,
Yeah.
and he was saying, like, if you look at the kind of, player that he is, he's somebody who can make the strides. He just has to do it at this point.
What about Medvedev? Can Medvedev win?
I hope he gets back on track.
Yeah,
But
I'd like to see that.
Man, I like that guy. Again, it's like Michelle and I talk about, like when we talk about Rublev and all these guys. I really like these guys, and I really want them to do well. But I don't know what it is. Medvedev has the game for it. He loves hard court, and hard court is the most closest you can get to grass. And Medvedev's done what?
Go on.
You don't think hard court's the closest? You don't think hard court's the closest to grass?
well, I was gonna say the thing with him on a hard court, especially a slow hard court, gives him time, but his movement is so good on a hard court. His sliding capabilities
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't know if he moves like that exactly on the grass, like quite as well. Whereas like we talk about like Alcaraz center, like their movement is so good, like it translates on every surface. But
I don't understand why he's not a better clay court player, though, because I think the slower hard courts suit him better than the fast hard courts. And like, because he's such a good mover on hard courts, how come he can't translate that into clay? And like, he basically grew up on clay, I guess, wouldn't he? I mean, obviously not. That always doesn't make sense. I know he hates the clay, and like
I
said,
don't
next
like
year he's
the
not going to waste his
surface.
time.
For defensive players, the very first step that you take towards the ball, especially on a hard court, is going to matter so much versus the very first step that you take on a clay court. It's not going to be that instant sort of push off. So I feel like it rewards like somebody like Alcaraz, who's much lighter on his feet, versus a guy like Medvedev is just like guns blazing, sprinting as hard as he can on the hard court, which is why I think it's also like harder for somebody like Diminar to play his kind of defense on the clay. He's so fast, he can make it work, but on the hard court, he's going to be more consistently rewarded for the kind of effort that he's putting in as far as foot speed goes. And that's why I think grass is different than hard court, especially because grass, like you said, unless you're an elite mover, Federer, Alcaraz, it negates a lot of what you can do maneuverability-wise and court positioning-wise.
yeah,
That's
and
a
then
good
the
point.
other factor, real quick, on the clay with a guy like or Damiano or Medvedev is their shot production, their ball rotation, the arc. Like maybe like Medvedev has a hard time putting the ball away on clay, and especially on the backhand, he doesn't hit a whole lot of topspin or have a lot of net clearance.
Yeah, and that can, I guess, be rewarded on grass. It may not be rewarded.
More so.
Yeah.
But you're getting higher bounce on hard court, you're getting higher bounce on clay compared to grass.
Speaking of grass court, Troy, I saw you brought something special into the room.
Yep.
Did these already sell out? I was so curious.
No, so this is the classic, the RF01 Pro, Manisha's racket of choice.
Oof.
In the Encode cosmetic. So it's called the classic. It has inspiration from the Encode paint job.
Yeah.
But it's the same racket as the RF01 Pro. 320 grams unstrung, 98 head size, thicker beam.
Yeah.
Comes with the RF leather grip, and it comes with this really cool case.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Manish, are you switching to that cosmetic?
You
you'll at
know,
least have some in your rotation.
I'll have one.
At least.
I'll have one.
Yeah.
And it's also another cool thing. It talks about like his titles and his accolades while he was using this
The Encode,
cosmetic
yeah.
Encode, or when he was using the 90 Encode.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty cool. 7 Grand Slams, 3 times #1 end of year. Has his winning percentage 94.27 win percentage. That's crazy.
That's insane.
2-time ATP Finals and 34 titles. 20 years of Encode. So it's kind of like since Encode.
You know, this is my racket of choice now, and then the Encode was a racket of choice at one point in my life when I probably shouldn't have been using that racket at that age. It was so damn heavy. But hey, you know.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I know Wimbledon doesn't always have like the coolest fashion, but is there anything that's caught your guys' eyes that we'll see on the courts?
Alcaraz sleeveless.
Ooh.
What? What?
Guns out, guns out.
Yeah.
And then like Adidas had that cool drop. I don't know if the players are wearing that because it might be too much green, but
with like the old school logo.
Ads. Yeah, I saw a Sissy Pass ad down by Wimbledon today. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that line. And then there was another New Balance line that Coco was with the green and all that. Those look really cool, the green and the white. And I feel like it is on theme, but again, I also understand the whole heritage and prestige of the Wimbledon. You have to all wear all white and all that. But I feel like if you do it right, and if Wimbledon, the people who organize Wimbledon, all that, they were okay with it, there are certain things you can do, like the subtleness of it. Because like a lot of these companies for the past few years, because they can't play with colors, they've been playing with textures a lot.
Right. So
that's been cool. Even Tiff likes talking about it, like the all the stuff to do with it. A little bit of green here and there would do well. I think there's a market there, and that people would like to wear it, rather than just wearing all white.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the Wimbledon apparel that they're gonna wear, obviously a lot of the stuff is just mostly white with the brand logos.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Adidas collection is really cool. I think that vintage look with the, what do they call it? The
trefoil.
Trefoil.
Yeah.
But one thing that I really like leading up to Wimbledon, like the stuff they're wearing right now, is that New Balance stuff. Tommy Paul, and then on the women's side, like Cirstea and what's her name, that did really good and won a title, McCartney Kessler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
but
that girl is having.
Should be a seat in Wimbledon.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
We saw her play a challenger, local last year.
Yeah.
So,
college tennis player.
Really cool.
But that kit's really cool. It's like a fade. It's like white to like a greenish to a blue, and then the socks that Tommy had on, it just looked like really sharp.
Yeah.
So shout out to New Balance for the stuff that they're making right now.
I thought Yonex did a really nice job with their Wimbledon collection. It's pretty clean, pretty standard. I think the cut of a lot of like the men's apparel is really nice, really like good defining of the shoulders, good necklines. But yeah, I was kind of surprised because sometimes I feel like they're very hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't know how to do color. They can get apparel shapes right though.
Too bad they don't have they won't have Casper.
Yeah.
And no
that's a bummer.
Stan maybe rocking something.
Stan Von Drusova is head to toe now.
Yeah. And then back in the day, I don't know if he's still in the draw. Yoshi, he used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Michelle, another product that I brought.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yes.
The official Wimbledon ball.
Oh.
Get it at Tennis Warehouse.
That's cool.
The Slazenger balls, they come in an 18 can case. They're a tin can, old school, and 4 balls per can.
Okay.
And you guys have hit with them a little bit.
They're nice, yeah.
Do you guys know if the different, like, we know that I think in AO the men's side uses like the heavy felt ones and all that, and then or something like that. Do you know what how this one works?
It's just this ball.
For both the men's and women's side?
It's the official ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is like a super heavy duty, extra duty ball or regular duty. Usually on grass and clay they use a regular duty felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice balls though. And cool
nice.
collectible kind of can thing to have as well.
And then you didn't bring it, but that Babolat cooler bag is pretty cool also.
Yeah, that looks nice, yeah.
It's like a mini,
I think it's a cool accessory.
mini backpack type thing with a full-on like panel door, zips away, and you can put your drinks in there.
Yeah.
Some slow cider.
Some slow cider, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Speaking of Babolat,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Babolat because we get to do a cool activation with them tomorrow. Chris and I will be out there, and I think we get to get like a private tour of the grounds.
Oh, wow.
and
That's sick.
I know.
That's sick.
I'm excited.
That's cool. Yeah, no, Babolat does
Um,
really well, like because the bags they come out with and all that, and then the Pure Drive cosmetics they come out with for the Wimbledon. I like those. They're really nice.
Yeah.
What?
And they're celebrating 150 years this year,
Yeah.
which is like a big deal.
Yeah, I like those cosmetics. Yeah.
What about Elise Cornet? Speaking of Babolat.
I can't with her comeback. Sorry.
I haven't even seen her play.
Yeah, I mean, I think she won her first round.
Of quali?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought it was interesting that she wasn't given like a main draw wild card, but I know they reserve a lot of those for the home players.
Yeah, because we were saying Buisson.
She didn't get
was the
one.
number one seed.
She
did not
lost.
get a wild card.
And she lost in the first round of qualies to, was it Brandstein?
So
Ooh.
Or who'd she lose to? I forget.
The
I don't
qualies were jacked, though. We were noticing that. By jacked, I mean loaded with good players.
Jack and stacked.
Yeah.
Real quick, there's not a ton of players that are switching gear this time of year,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've noticed Bublik. We've talked about him before, doing really well with a black spray painted racket that has an arrow modular throat, but he's playing really good. Another guy, Karen Kachanov, who has a blacked out supposedly Wilson prototype.
1820.
Interesting.
He was using 1820 in the Blade Pro, so they're speculating. Some people are speculating maybe it's a Clash, not a Clash, Shift V2.
Yeah.
Really?
Like a Pro Shift Pro V2. It's definitely got a different looking throat
the
design.
is odd. Yeah, I thought it was a RF 1820. I was like, ooh.
Almost looks like the SX throw.
Yeah.
And like the 1820 like throws it all off.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I
don't know. Yeah.
Mystery.
Yeah, it's been talked about on the forum, on the message board. People are like, yeah. Do you guys know if Tsitsipas is gonna switch rackets anytime soon? I don't know.
He went back to the Blade.
Yeah, he went back to the
He's
Blade.
going back.
But he won a tournament with that blacked out frame that he was.
Maybe Paula Badosa slapped him and said, "Just play with your Wilson. 'Cause you're gonna mess up my contract." So
You're gonna get us all in trouble.
Yeah, I am curious about those conversations, like what the vendor, like the agent has to deal. It's usually the agent that has to deal with it, but I'm kind of curious because they're pretty strict. I mean, like if you don't have a logo on your strings and they get you get pretty much in trouble.
Oh yeah.
So.
I mean, one guy who can switch every 6 months is Karu. So
I know.
This guy.
But Technofibers, I think, really just happy to have him. So whatever Technofiber he wants to switch to.
Yeah.
I mean,
he probably gets more engagement the more he switches. So
yeah.
I was curious if he was just like hitting with them to see, and then he would go back. But I don't know. I'm also like curious, and I'm sure he's done a video, and I just haven't watched it yet. But the same spec? Is it the same spec as the TF40?
I don't know if it's the exact same spec, but I know he did like some testing with that same guy from DC Customized it, and he tweaked with it a little bit, shifted the balance. I know when we talked to him at Indian Wells, he has like a custom grip shape palette, so it's definitely tuned in for him.
Yeah.
Cool.
That you'd like that for the second fiber.
Yeah, I like that. That's the first thing I asked him. I was like, "Are you playing with the stock grip?" And he's like, "Dude, a lot of players don't like that that shape because it's just so old school."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Yeah, me too." I tried tweaking the palette to make it more like a Wilson or a Prince or whatever.
Yeah, and then the one you customized felt nice, really nice.
Yeah, it just added like 22 grams.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Balance gone.
We'll have to get him up to slow so we can play with his rackets.
Yeah, I want to play with his racket.
Well, is there anything else Wimbledon related? Because we're going to wrap this one and try to keep it short so we can get it out for everyone.
Do you guys think Sinner? We didn't talk about him. We talked about Alcaraz. We didn't talk about Sinner.
Sinner's right there, man.
Do you guys think he has a chance?
I think it goes Sinner, Alcaraz. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's the same final as the French.
Run it back.
You think so?
Run it back.
Sinner. It's either Sinner, Alcaraz, Sinner, or Fritz.
I think Sinner's kind of like Sabalenka too. Like, he's hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might not show it the same way, but I think he's hungry.
You think he's still shaken up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Maybe the draw comes out in a couple hours. I don't know. Do they do it tonight or do they do it tomorrow morning? I don't know. It's 5:30 here. It's time for some.
Does Rabakina have a good tournament? I mean, she usually does pretty good on grass.
Just been playing a little.
Michelle doesn't like that. She don't like that take.
I just don't like her.
Right? How about Keenwin? Are the strokes too long?
I like her.
She hits hard,
Yeah.
but she does have
She's got a big take back.
She's more
Yeah.
I think
defensive
she
anyway.
loses to Sabalenka
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
or
yeah.
Maddie.
So yeah, Pagula.
I guess
She has the right the movement maybe.
Yeah.
But she does have compact strokes and she does hit pretty flat. So I'm just hoping she gets to like the quarter or semi. Come on, Jess. Come on.
Oh, she can. She's got that.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. She definitely has the game for it. Flatter, compact strokes.
Mira.
Ooh, Andreeva.
Mira on the wall.
Merely.
I hope she does well, but I still think she's not mature enough emotionally at the moment.
Come on, Conchita.
We'll see. Yeah, it's an interesting relationship.
Maya Joy, Eva Lise.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Troy likes her.
Yeah,
Troy
we're
likes her.
Who else was I gonna say right now? Shoot. I was just thinking of another player. No, you got me
The
distracted.
lefty Yonex girl.
You
The
said
Serbian.
Evilise and he's got distracted.
Yeah, I got distracted.
You mentioned Evilise.
Ostia has a couple of-
Kvitova finishes her career with the Wimbledon title.
that'd be
Oh,
cool.
Pete Sampras, just end it.
Just call it
Oh,
quits
yeah, why not?
as soon as you win.
Nah, I don't think she gets out of the third round either.
I'm coming back to the same old topic again, but like, do you think Djoko gets another slam before he retires? And what do you think it's going to be you think he gets another slam before he retires?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you think? Do you think it's going to be
Is it
on
this
a
one?
natural surface? Where
I mean,
had-
Djokovic is also up there, right, as a contender. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously.
Well, he's always
Yeah,
going to be a
Especially on grass.
How many does
Yeah.
he need? It could be 3 more. And then the Olympics. Isn't he holding out for the Olympics?
I mean, he's
Oh please!
made
Don't.
7 Wimbledon finals in a row.
Yeah, he needs one more to be on the same as Fed. Fed's 8, he's 7. But I don't know. This is not me like hating on Djoko like as I do. I genuinely don't think that it's going to be at Wimby. I don't know. It's harsh on your knees. The man's getting old. I don't know if he's got the same movement anymore. Like he plays really well and he knows the game. But he's going up against really good players, really fast, younger. I don't know. I think he could do it at Aussie. If any place, it's Aussie.
Well, we'll find out in 2 weeks, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I would eat my words. If the man takes the Wimby, I'm gonna be so mad.
Do a Wimbledon watch party.
Side bet.
Yeah. And then real quick, sorry, is Kyrgios? I think he's going to be in England, right? Is he even coming to the tournament? Is he going to be on?
No, he got
On the set?
He got cut from the set.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, yeah, he
that
was not happy.
he got cut and Eubanks took his place.
Hey,
Yeah.
my boy, Chris Eubank.
And he got pissed. He was like going at them. He's like, I don't understand. I've studied this game for 20 years.
Oh
blah,
my
blah,
God.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Poor Nick.
Anyway.
Oh my God. Chris
Just wait.
Eubank.
He'll be at the US Open playing next
Chris
to us with Naomi.
Eubanks.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Not for. I mean, I like to hear Nick's like commentary and all that, but I like that for Chris as well. He's a good.
Yeah, he's great.
He's good.
great. And
Yeah,
he's a
I like
good
him
player.
on the. Oh, that's funny. I think.
Well, I'm gonna call this a wrap.
Yeah.
Because we're almost at an hour.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I've got
30
the timer
minutes.
on my end.
Oh my God.
And-
Okay.
And I'm starting to get a little I just flipped. I shouldn't have done that. I'm starting to get a little, what's the word when you haven't like actually slept in 2 days?
Jet lag.
I don't know. Yeah,
From
yeah,
traveling?
maybe it's jet lag. That would be it.
Anyways, anything good on the agenda, Michelle, for today? Some good tea or anything like that?
I have no idea.
Maybe a
I'm
little
gonna
rest.
meet up with Chris and our video guy from Europe, Timo, who I haven't met yet. They're just getting to the hotel now, and then I think we're just gonna kind of have a little dinner and figure out our plan for tomorrow, and then hit the ground running tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we should have lots of fun content coming for everybody.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah. What about you guys? What's the rest of the day look like? Anyone playing?
Oak and I are playing a little bit, and then
Nice.
you've got a few vlogs as well, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troy, you gotta go film the vlog.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Shoot, go. Get after it.
Hey. Shout out on the vlog. Look for Grapple Snake coming soon.
Yeah, Oak and I busted out a full ad in like 15 minutes.
That turned out great. I liked it.
You liked it? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we asked Drew
didn't-
for his ladder and everything, so it worked out well.
Nice. That's why I was like, did he use a drone or was he just holding his hand
I
over
just
Oak's
climbed the
head?
ladder and I was doing this. But yeah. All right.
Nice. Well, thanks you guys for joining.
No, it
Be
was fun.
awesome.
Enjoy Wimbledon.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah, we'll
Thank
live
you. Thanks,
vicariously through
everyone, for
you.
listening. Yes. We'll all make a trip back and go next year.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff, you guys. Thank you. Happy New Year.